Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. You may be wondering why I have one red eye and one green eye and why I'm wearing these fabulous laurels, which are by the company called Dangerous Ladies, by the way. And that's because I'm going to make another Hades video for you today. Hades came out in 2020 after 2 years of early access, and it quickly became my game of the year. Now in 2021, they released a physical copy of Hades. I believe they now have physical copies in other forms, but this happens to be the Switch copy, which is the first one that they released, I believe. Now obviously this will not be an unboxing. I happened to order this with a towel from Target. Loved the towel and obviously love Hades, but then I figured out that that wouldn't work. So instead, I'm just going to do a low-key video of me opening this up for the first time. I've actually had my copy for months, but I haven't really been able to bring myself to make videos. I talked about it a little bit on my last one, but I've just been really suffering this year from a lot of different things, self-consciousness being one of the major ones. So it's been hard for me to get in front of a camera, but I'm going to just face my fears and do it anyway because there's tons of stuff that I'd love to share with you. As I mentioned before, Hades was absolutely my game of 2020, and I'm in fact still playing it here and there. I figured, what better way is there to celebrate my love of this game than to buy the collector's edition copy? And I'll go ahead and open it up and we can see what's inside. All right, time to open it up. Oh. You know what's great is that sometimes you'll open up a new Switch game, or game for any system for that matter, and all you'll see is like the big box and then the tiny little SD card cartridge, CD, what have you right there, and then the rest is empty. But this actually comes with a few things. Number one, it comes with the game itself, and it has the three little skulls, like three little skellies right there. It looks like it has some beautiful art on the cover itself, which I'll take a moment to show. So of course it has your expected cover art, but it also has this beautiful map. I believe this is Tartarus. I think, I could be wrong, or Asphodel possibly, but I believe that this is Tartarus, one of the underworlds that you get to explore in Hades. Now in addition, it comes with a digital download of the music by Darren Korb, which to me is one of the best parts of the game. Now Darren Korb, the composer of Hades, likes to describe the soundtrack as Mediterranean prog rock Halloween music. So I've been listening to it via YouTube for quite a long time, but I'm excited to have a digital download and kind of own a copy per se, because I genuinely enjoyed the music in Hades. I think it's one of the best parts of the game, and I am an enjoyer of prog rock, so it's really fits with my personal tastes. It also comes with a booklet of art, and I'll go ahead and open that up so that we can see what's inside. Ooh, okay, so it comes with two little booklets, it seems. So the first one is, okay, so this is the digital soundtrack, and then we have the art book. And it's really cute. It's like the tiniest little art book. Of course, you can see Hades' sigil right here. It's probably hard to see because I have a massive light right in front of me. Let's take a look and see. Oh, it looks like it has character designs. How lovely. And the booklet has a welcome message. It says, "Thank you for choosing Hades. There's a lot to discover in the underworld, not the least of which is a big cast of gods, ghosts, and monsters. Most of them are depicted on the following pages, with original artworks by Gen Z." And the first, of course, we have Zagreus. But it has these absolutely delightful character designs that they created. So I'm really glad that they honored Gen Z in this as well, because really her designs are out of this world fantastic. We got Hades and Nyx, Hypnos and Thanatos, the brothers. We got Megara and Dusa, who are good friends. Cerberus and Skelly, Achilles and Patroclus. They're right next to each other. Don't separate them. You can't. I love them both so much. And their story is so beautiful. I feel like Hades the game is one of the only titles with the courage to really tell Achilles and Patroclus' story as accurately as possible. I think that they really charmingly depicted the Greek pantheon in an accurate way to talk about the dysfunction of the families and even the loves that not everyone would talk about. In a lot of Western media, they would probably show Achilles as being straight. Nothing about him was straight. He was in love. He was in love with Patroclus. Minor spoiler alert, but one of the best side quests in the game is to reunite Achilles with Patroclus. You get to kind of resolve some of the issues that they were having. Patroclus is in Elysium, which is basically a paradise, but he's just languishing there and he's suffering and he's talking about all the regrets that he had in life.
Why does the soul remain after the body bleeds and dies and turns to ash? Is this the final cruelty of the gods?
And Achilles doesn't really even want to talk about Patroclus because I think that his heart is so full of love for him that being away from him really brings him a lot of pain. So the fact that you get to reunite them and that they get to be together again is one of the most wonderful parts of the game for sure. We have Orpheus and Eurydice, who has a really, really similar story. If you're familiar with the tale of Orpheus, which I think is the tragedy of Orpheus, his wife Eurydice, who is his beloved, she dies and she goes down to the underworld. Orpheus is an accomplished musician, so he plays for Hades and he moves Hades' heart and says, can you let me take my wife and let us have another life together? So he allows it because he was so moved by Orpheus's music. And what happens is Hades says, what you have to do is you can find her in the underworld and take her up. However, you can't turn back to look at her or else she will be in the underworld forever. Now, long story short, at the very end, when you can see the sunshine, he ends up looking back and sends her back in the underworld. So another one of the wonderful side quests is to help to resolve, what they had. Because obviously Eurydice is pretty upset at the beginning of the game about it, which I think is just such a great interpretation of the story. She would be a little upset. That's completely understandable. So being able to kind of bridge the gap between them and allow them to see each other again and make music with each other again is absolutely one of the best stories. Also, we have Charon, and we have Sisyphus, which is one of my favorite Greek figures. I have a soft spot for it because my dad always kind of compares himself to Sisyphus, and it's just about the right comparison if you know him. I won't get into it here because this is the wrong format for it, but he does have a life that is a lot like Sisyphus, but he has a very good nature about it and a good sense of humor. So I think that Sisyphus was just about correct and really kind of reminds me of my dad, so that's why I like him so much. Also, I think it's his good attitude, his humor, and his kind of trickster nature too. It's very similar. We have Alecto and Tisiphone, who are some of the Fury sisters along with Megara. We have Theseus and Asterius, who are a hilarious and extremely aggravating boss in the game. And then, of course, the Pantheon as well. Zeus, Poseidon, Athena, Ares, Aphrodite, Dionysus, who, I'm sorry, these two are probably the biggest hotties in the game. I can't with you two. Oh my god. Artemis and Hermes. Hermes is absolutely delightful. Demeter, who I have a soft spot for as well. And also Primordial Chaos, who I'm a big fan of. I think this is something that's very worth it to have. I can't help but just smile at looking at all these characters. A short and sweet video, I know, but I'm delighted to finally get to crack into my physical copy of Hades and really add that to my collection. I don't collect every game, but I think there are some games that are very, very special and very rare, and Hades is certainly one of them. If you haven't played it yet, I highly recommend it. It is currently out on a lot of different platforms. They released it for PC, PS4, I believe also for the newer Xbox systems, and also, of course, the Nintendo Switch, which is how I happen to play it. Have you guys played Hades yet? What do you think about the game? Feel free to chat me up in the comments below because I love talking Hades. It is one of my favorite games in recent years. As always, I hope you have a good day or night wherever you are. Stay safe and stay good to each other. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye. I'm itchy. Hi, oh my god. I think I got super glue in my hair. Great, amazing, incredible. Minor spoiler alert, but why? Athena and Ares. Also, hotties. They're all hotties, what the hell? Supergiant Games, why do you make such sexy people?